What up? This is the second edition of the office hours. About to crack into a call review here. When people jump in, it's my buddy Daniel sells on the moves method. So he sent me a bunch of his sales. Let's check one out. How about 5 pay? We're gonna see how we can turn a 5 pay into a PIF. Hopefully, it's recording the right screen.
I am doing
This meeting
well.
is being recorded.
I'm in
One
the
moment.
UK.
Love it, love it. So I've got a call like yourself, and what I've done here, Nikki, is I've done what we call an initial assessment on your situation. So my initial assessment here suggests your right hip flexor is overloaded, and it's not sharing the workbook well with the rest of
What's up, Quinn?
your hip and your core. And then there's
Started reviewing a call. Just waiting for people to hop on here. How you doing?
Sounds good, man. Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. Writing up some ads and stuff. But yeah, I want to jump on here. Do you have any calls that you want to review, or do you want to do a role play or anything I can help you with in the sales front?
Um, I didn't jump on with anything in mind. Let me get to a good spot, and I'm sure there's something. I know there's something. There's always something.
Yeah, there's
just give me
always
a
something.
second. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go back to this. My buddy Daniel here sells for a company called the Moves Method, which they do mobility work, which is interesting. So non-ROI offer.
likely restriction that's going on through the hip and the surrounding tissue, and then you combine that with reduced control when you load that leg. And so movements like running and hill walking are repeatedly stretched.
The interesting thing about their offer is that they do like an assessment at the beginning, but essentially it comes from like a setter. This is all based off AI. And I'm not even sure why they have to do it, but anyway.
That same movement pattern without enough support from the system as a whole. And so your background of long distance running and then of repetitive patterns have likely reinforced this imbalance over the years. So it's kind of like working with a computer where one key does all the work. Excellent. Okay. So
I guess he does that before his frame, which is weird.
what I'd love to do here, Nikki, is I want to ask you some more questions. So I feel like I have a good grasp of the situation.
A few things about Daniel. Good energy. He's like has authority when he talks. He's clear communicator, which is good.
Then I want to give you my assessment of someone who's been doing this for well over 10 years. And then I'm going to give you my recommendation of what I think is going to be the best thing to help you finally solve the problem. Does that sound
Sounds
okay?
good.
Wonderful. Okay, so from what I understand, it's predominantly the hip which is the main problem, right? So just walk me through the symptoms that you're experiencing right now, please, Nikki.
So I get referral pain in my knee occasionally and stretching that out behind me. So I haven't got it behind me at the moment, but sometimes I keep my chair behind me
What the hell's referral pay mean?
to rest my foot on, and that can actually then reach down and pull and stretch, and that does alleviate it. But it's usually just pain that I get in my hip. And I had an MRI done probably 10, 12 years ago. Happy to send that image on, but it just shows up that I had some, fraying, I guess, on my tendon or my hip flexor, and I've had it calm down and I've had reoccurrences, but it's never actually got itself right. I now say I'm retired from running. So the last running I actually did was probably during and towards the end of the pandemic, when I was doing probably between 20 and 50 miles a week. Now I just do walking. I've just got back from a trip in Rome, and I was doing, I think one day I did 14 miles, one day I did 10 miles, another day I did 9 miles walking. And there are times when the following day I can feel that in my hip because there was some hill walking in there, but usually it's not enough to give me any bother. I'd love to get back to running though.
Hmm. Interesting. I was going to say, like, well, so what is her pain? It sounds like she wants to get back to running. Is that a big enough problem to fork over 7 grand though? It's good. Let's see here.
I'd love to get back to running though.
I was just about to say that. Was it a deliberate choice or was it a forced choice? Sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. So I would probably recap. Okay. So it sounds like you have pain in your knee and pain in your hip, and because of that, you're not able to run. You had to retire, um, which happened towards the end of the pandemic, and now you're just doing walking, but you want to get back into running. Is that accurate? Yes. I mean, as a result of not running, I guess what's going on with your health is probably what I would ask.
Yeah, I stopped saying I'm an injured runner. It's a bit like ex-smokers. There's nothing worse in the world than, a smoker besides an
By the way, Quinn, if you have anything, just feel free to just interrupt me.
ex-smoker. Or, I have a plant-based diet. There's nothing worse in the world than somebody who is preachy and almost religious zealot about veganism and telling you how to live your life. I think runners are a little bit like that. So I gave up telling people I was an injured runner, and now I just tell them I'm retired.
Okay. So what we're experiencing in the hip, what is it you notice? Do you kind of have like a radiating pain? Is it like a day-to-day pain? Is there certain movements that trigger it?
What's up, Sam?
Yo, how's it going?
Going good, man. Just reviewing my buddy Daniel's call here. He sells for Moose Method. Uh,
Nice.
yeah, I just kind of let this open, so there be some Boris clients here, some random people from my Instagram. But uh, what's
Yeah.
up?
I don't know. I just thought I'd pop in and see what was going on. That's all. Carry away. Don't mind
Yeah,
me.
man. The man, the myth, the legend here.
What is it you experienced?
Are you on an offer now?
No, I'm off right now. But I have three. I just got off an interview actually. Then I've got two more potential opportunities that I'm going to explore. So
What was the
sure.
one? What was the one that you just left? Like,
It
first one was trading. Was that also trading?
No, oh yeah, it was another algo trading one, which I'm not 100% sure I want to continue doing the algo trading side. I feel like I don't know if this is just a limiting belief or whatever, but I feel like it is harder to use Josh's process for like scriptless selling and deep discoveries on like algo trading offers. Number one, because it's done for you. And I don't know. I've struggled with the scriptless side sometimes. So I'd like to potentially explore something else where it's not like a done for you type offer.
Why does done for you matter? Because he used to sell done for you dating.
Did he? Well, what do you mean done
His
for you?
dating offer was completely done for you. It was like they handle your dating profile and all that shit. Shouldn't matter.
But they don't teach you how to talk to girls and stuff. I thought it was like more of like a training.
They had a downsell. So the high take, like they had a real high take thing where they're completely handling your dating profile done for you. They had like people that were messaging. They helped you with the bio, the photos, stuff, shit like that.
Yeah,
They messaged the girl, and then they had like a training about how to have like good dates and shit. But it was
right.
done for you. Or they would
Right.
downsell to the done with you. But it shouldn't matter, dude.
Yeah.
Same sales process, regardless of whether you're selling, no
I
matter
think
what you're selling.
yeah, that's fair. I think the real issue is that this last offer I was on, and even this interview I just got off was basically like, yeah, you need to use our process. And I was like, wow, I don't like that. And
Yeah.
at first I was kind of like, okay, I can get past it just to get the job and just, to make some money. And
Right.
like immediately I went from like a 50% close rate to a 15 to 10% close rate. So
Because you had to use their process.
yeah, you want to know how they were doing objection handling?
The ice cream truck analogy?
No, it was no analogies. It was straight to where do we have to be right here, right now to make a deal happen today? I'll discount the price to whatever you want it.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
But that's retarded.
that's what I thought. We were discounting from 15.8K. Lowest we would take is 5.
So somebody's just like, I don't want to pay 15K. Okay, well, how about if you just pay 5 for the exact same thing? They don't see that as unethical.
I saw it as like gross because it's like why would you even price it at 15.8K if you can
Can't
take
back it
5?
up.
Yeah, if you can take 5 for it. And then on top of that, I even got called like a car salesman twice. It was like, you're getting into used car sales territory. I was like, I know, I actually hate it. This feels awful. So then I
So
went back to my process and then, well, kind of. And then it you could just feel them like breathing down your neck, like, why are you not following our process? And that's kind of where it went downhill.
yeah, I mean that's kind of the important one, huh? Because you know, I got a lot of people that reach out to me that are like, "Hey, do you want to come sell for me?" And usually I mean, if they make you follow any type of script, I'm just like, dude, fuck this. I don't care how good the offer is. I'm not doing it.
So are you on an offer right now or no?
Right now, no, no, not yet.
And how long have you been off of Boris's offer?
2 weeks.
Okay. And have you had any interviews in the meantime? Or you just haven't found one?
I've had like five.
And you just haven't found one that you want to move forward with?
Yeah, a lot of them want you to like self-set, or they want you to use your script, or there's something weird about the offer or the sales team or like the management, which is like a turn off. I'm just like, ah, fuck this, dude. So,
Yeah.
uh, so yeah, I mean, Boris hit me up today. He's like, hey, do you know any closers for some of his clients that are doing well? Uh, like
Their
Mo is a big fan of Josh Lyons. All of his he sells scriptless too.
their stuff is like they're selling videographer
Yeah.
stuff, right?
They're
Videography.
selling to no, they're selling a marketing basically to local services. Like
Right.
Quinn's one of Boris's clients. He's just being quiet right now.
Yeah, I was like, it feels like we're the only ones here actually. But then I saw there was another guy here.
Yeah, probably more people jump on, but I mean, last time we had a bunch of people. Anyway, so I was reviewing Dan's call,
Pain that's in my groin.
one of my old clients. He's used to run his own health coaching offer. Now he's selling for these guys. It's interesting because I've never sold health coaching personally, but um,
And I can actually run my finger over exactly where that is like where I expect the ligament actually connects to the top end of my muscles there.
they sell like a mobility training.
Okay.
I know that
Wait,
everything is
is
connected.
Quinn in UCM?
No,
Okay.
one of Boris's clients.
So I've had issues in the past with my sacroiliac, with my iliopsoas, my probably every muscle in my body. I've
Oh yeah, Sam, you made one of those like highlight reels, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Have you been like blasting that off to people?
Yeah. It gets the same compliment every time. Like, this is awesome.
Nice. Dude, the tax offer that MJ mentioned sounded legit. Did you
That's
that
that's what
one?
I was thinking too. I sent him a DM and he got back to me. So I'm just gonna message him back and then we'll see what comes of that. Could be an
Yeah.
interesting one.
Nice.
torn both my
Are you going to be in LA again?
Yeah, I'll be there. Oops.
Hell yeah.
shoulders. I've had
Yeah,
frozen shoulder.
I'll be there. I'm landing on the Friday and then leaving on the Monday.
Same. Yeah, same. I don't like LA. I'm not staying there for super long. Although we have like a shit ton of clients there that I could like go and hang out with.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess we'll see. Uh, I'm
Everything is
curious
connected.
like how this call goes because like I feel like they're kind of scripted and a lot of their shit is more goals oriented.
So I've had issues in the past with my sacroiliac, with my iliopsoas.
This company has 50 closers, bro, and their top one's doing 12 to 14K. I'm like, that's so gross. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you guys fire the bottom 35 closers and all the high
Exactly.
intent,
I don't get that at
literally
all.
give all the high intent leads to the best closers and you triple your income.
Yeah.
My probably every muscle in my body. I've torn both my shoulders. I've had frozen shoulder.
When was this?
So when I did CrossFit, probably about 14, 15 years ago.
All right, she's talking about something 15 years ago. Like the biggest thing I'm looking at is like number one, are we talking about like a pain point that's happening right now, not a cause, something not 15 years ago. It's right now. Um, it's related to why she's on the call, which I guess this kind of is. Um, and like how is it affecting her? Right. The biggest thing she said so far is that she has knee pain in her hip and she can't run. So I'm thinking like, is this woman going to trade 7 grand or whatever the price point is at this point because she can't run? Maybe, maybe not.
I
Which
tore
shoulder?
Kind of like the pickleball. What? Can you see this?
Yeah.
Oh,
when I was doing sled pulls at CrossFit, and a frozen shoulder I had during the pandemic. Different
Which
shoulder.
one? Left or right?
My frozen shoulder was my left shoulder. My torn shoulder was my right shoulder. Because I think I was leaning towards more of that when I was doing sled pulls. So given that everything is connected. I know it probably won't just be that in isolation, but the pain that I get is just there in my groin. The things that I find most uncomfortable to do is, you're familiar with yoga poses, right?
Well,
Happy baby, anything that requires me pulling my right leg over my left.
Like, what is she talking about?
I can
Like, if I was Daniel, I'd be like, okay, so what exactly is going on right now with your health and fitness, which is, you know, what's the biggest challenge for you, right? Is it that you can't run? Is that you have knee pain? Is that you have random pains? Are you putting on
Well,
weight? Like, what's going on as a result of all these random tears and, you know, damages, you know? You're gonna say something?
what was the opening question? I assume it wasn't
And so they do
challenge.
like an assessment, and then he does a little frame. Like the assessments from the setters, like they take the data, put it into some type of AI thing, and he's like, okay, so it looks like you have this, 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 and this. We're going
Right.
to do, here's how the call is going to go. I'm going to make a recommendation at the end. I've done this for a long time, blah, blah, blah. And then he asks, like, what symptoms are you experiencing right now? Which I don't like either. I would say, okay, so in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge that you're having with your body right now?
Yeah.
can lie flat and I can put that leg and cross it over. But if I'm doing rotation or anything like that or pulling it towards me, I get a pain there. Not always, but I can pretty much rely on it being there. And if I'm active, then definitely.
Okay. So in terms of like the injury timeline, 14, 15 years ago, torn rotator cuff, frozen shoulder in the left, then this commenced 12 years ago, and then as a result, you've also had
Yeah,
referral knee pain.
I was living in Wales and every
Like, what is she talking? Like, I would be so pissed at this point in the call. I'm like, what is she talking about? Even though she closes. Um, what's up, Corey? Um, Corey, if you have a call to review, I'm just reviewing a random one that my buddy sent me a bunch of his. He sells like a mobility offer.
in Valley, and every route out was 300 meters.
Or if you have any sales questions, feel free to ask. Sam and I are in the same mastermind for sales, so Sam's a G.
Oh,
Each of the three routes. So I don't know if it was the running up or the running down, but I didn't finish Boston in 2013 because of the bombings. I went back and finished in 2014. So I was most active.
Like, she's talking about shit that happened fucking 12 years ago. That's like the first red flag. Even though she
Yeah.
buys.
My running, and I did London. None of this is with a qualify, by the way. This is all running for charity. I'm not fast.
And also, like, look at her, like her demeanor is, it's very much like it's very easy for her to talk about this. You know that you're off,
Mm-hmm.
you're like not on the right track. If she's like, oh yeah, da 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 da, it's like right now my knee fucking hurts, which is causing me to stop running. I haven't ran for years. It's really bothering me because that was like the one thing I did. I put on 15 pounds. I feel uncomfortable in my body. Plus, I have this nagging pain in my hip, my knee, my shoulder. It's affecting me in these areas. I'm not able to like be as active as I was. I can't go hiking. I can't do this. It's stressing me out. Like that's how you know you're having a productive conversation. This conversation right now, I'm curious how Daniel's going to get it back on track. I'm going to scroll down. It goes, is the knee pain left or right? Okay, right. It's like, who cares? Okay.
There's nothing that's a problem, I think, in my knee.
okay.
She said at the very beginning she has knee pain. Now she's saying there's nothing in my knee that's a problem. So like, what the hell is she talking
So
about?
where do you notice the pain? Laterally, inside?
Laterally.
Yo, I gotta hop off, Ben. But I'll chat with you later.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Okay, see you guys.
So let's talk about your goals, Nikki.
Corey, you got any sales related questions?
What is it looking to achieve?
What's going on, Ben?
Let's talk about goals.
I just hopped in. I was just seeing what was going on. I
Yeah, I just started reviewing a call from my buddy Daniel.
yeah, I don't got my setup right. I just hopped on. There we go. Yeah, I'm just hopping on, saying what's up. I'm actually in my CRM right now working. I was just gonna listen on. I thought more people was gonna be on. But
Yeah, we'll wait for them to come.
I know I have some sales questions. I'll just
Is there any specific parts of a call that are challenges right now?
So, like I said, matter of fact, I'm going to send over my sales script, my pitch,
Okay.
so you can take a look at that. I actually made it after you had the on the last meeting with Jacob when he was reviewing his call. Let me
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, send it.
How you doing today, though?
I'm doing great, man.
That's good.
You?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Can't complain.
What's up, Tarek?
Hey Ben, what's going on?
Not too much, man. Were you the one
Nice.
messaging me about my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, dude.
Nice to meet you, Joe.
Oh yeah. You got any wait, you said you're doing what, DM setting right now, or are you
Yeah.
okay? Trying to get into closing?
No. Like my second step will be, I think, phone setting. Then I'm going to closing, so the transition is smooth.
Ah, okay.
Let me know if you can see
We're
that.
gonna look at Corey's pitch right now.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, all right. Well, I guess we would just ignore this. All right. So let me show you exactly what I do and how this works. This is called the local authority system. And what it does is simple. It takes a service business that nobody knows about and turns it into the most visible and trusted option in its local market. Um, I would probably add something in here. I mean, it's obvious, but they probably know this, but like on, you want to emphasize on Instagram, where,
Okay.
you know, I'd probably do a compare and contrast how most service businesses are getting their business through Google, which is very competitive, and you're just like one of many versus like when you have a brand on Instagram, and if you could probably ask them like how much time do you spend how much time are you scrolling on Google today? Like 1 or 2 minutes versus Instagram, you might be on there for hours, right? That's the same thing with your clients. They're bored. You want to be where their attention is showing up so that when they do need your service, boom, that you're the first one they think of versus going to Google and searching for your service. Does that make sense? And be like, yeah, that makes total sense. Cool. Um, in 90 days, one investment you're done. I don't know if I even say. I,
And this is the pitch when I'm like, because I like the way that Jacob did it when he had the slides. I think that was an awesome thing to do. So this will be when I'm
yeah,
looking at the slides, you know?
yeah, like
And
this.
I'll
So
just
this first part would be like the overview. There needs to be more here. Like like this is not enough. Like I would add some more stuff. Like this. Like you don't really. Obviously, you're newer to this, so you don't have like a ton of social proof. But I would be selling them more on the idea of like why they need to be visible on Instagram. He's like, hey, look, 70% of like the world is on Instagram every single day for hours,
okay.
right? That's how you found me. It's how we're talking right now. This exact same system that I'm going to help you create and turn you into the local authority. Any questions about how that is? Does that make sense so far? Yeah, that makes sense. Awesome. Cool. So we'll go through here. All right. So right now, let me just be real with you about what's happening. Most service businesses, most of the businesses owners I talk to are stuck in one of two traps. The first is the referral trap, and referrals are great. I'm not saying that they're bad, but you can't turn them on when things slow down. You can't predict them. When they dry up, your revenue dries up with them. Second trap is Google. Problem with Google is that everybody is fighting for the same spot. There are hundreds of businesses in Connecticut doing exactly what you do, all competing for the same search results. You can't outrank years of reviews overnight. What both of these have in common is that there's no lever to pull. I mean, technically there is if they want to spend more on Google, depending if that's what they're doing. But when business slows down, there's nothing you can do except wait, and waiting is not a strategy. Um, okay, so you kind of have like up here or down here, like what I would have just probably put up in here somewhere, but it's fine.
So that could be like just one part, just slide one, right?
Yeah, like I would just have it up here something where it's like this is the same system that it's got us talking. This is a system that turns you from like being unknown to being the go-to person that people think about of your business and like having a steady stream of new leads coming to you every single day, like clockwork. It's something where you can whenever you want more people, you can just spend more on ads, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because the problem is most service businesses land in one of two camps. Number one, they're relying on referrals. As you know, referrals they're hot leads, but they're unpredictable. 1 month you might get a lot, 1 month you might get none. Right? So you can't really operate a business like that if you don't have a way to scale up and get more leads. The second one is Google. Google's cool. However, Google's great like 20 years ago, 26 years ago when nobody was on it, and All you had to do was basically have a website and people would find you and everything would go great, right? But now there's so many competitors. If you don't have the most amount of, if you're not at the top of Google and you don't have the most amount of reviews, like what are the chances that they're going to choose you? Not to mention, because you're competing in a space where they're already evaluating options, you're basically getting price shoppers, most likely, right? So like you have people that are, they're just calling for a quote and then going to the next person, see who can do it for the least, right? What happens when you have an authority, when you're the local authority? What we're really talking about is building a brand where people see you, where you're the first one to think about, and you have price, whatever I come up with some name for it. You have price. They're less price resistant, or they're less price shopping. They just want the best, and they assume that you're the best because they see you the most, and then your page also positions you as the authority who is the best, right? Like they're judging you, the quality of your service based off of the quality of your page. Does that make sense? Probably like uh, kind of stop there. Um, so yeah, there's just like some stuff that you could add to this.
Yeah.
But
And nothing, I wouldn't read it like word for
yeah,
word. I will like be improvising and adding some stuff in as I go through like stuff that they are dealing with. I would include it in the pitch as well, you know?
yeah, yeah. Like this, I mean, this is all just very short, dude. It doesn't really take me through like you could probably beef the system up, um, and like have some more uniqueness to it, like one targeted local ad that runs every day. Okay, like cool, yeah, that makes sense. This is fine. Um, Builds trust immediately. We turn your trust in high converting landing page that does the selling for you before they ever get a call. I'd probably ask them in here too, like, how many times did you see me before we chatted today on Instagram?
Yeah, and that's what I always do. I always talk about just how you see my ad pop up every time you go on Instagram, and you most likely looked at some of my content before we got on the call. This will implement the
Yeah.
same thing in your business. And I know
Yeah, it's
one
just
lady,
like
she was like, way to bring it full circle, because that's exactly what happened, you know?
exactly. And so I'd probably ask them too, like when you saw my page, when you saw my ad and then you clicked on my page and then you saw my stories over time, like what feeling, what was like your first impression or what feeling did it generate before you reached out and we booked this call? Oh, I mean, it feels like you're an expert. It feels like you're good. Okay, right. So it built a level of trust before we even spoke. Do your prospects have that level of trust with you before they speak with you? No.
Mm.
Okay, and so what's happening as a result of that? Oh, well, like they're tire kickers, they're blah blah blah, they're looking for the lowest price. Gotcha. And you feel like the problem is maybe part of the problem, if not the entire problem, is just that the people that are, entering your funnel, your business, like are just not coming to you with that level of trust. Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, yeah, okay. And like what do you think it would do for you if they were coming to you already warmed up to you, kind of like you are to me? Like, oh man, like I probably could make way more money. Or whatever they say. Okay, cool. So like spend some time on these things, right? Like especially I think this one it's like a big selling point, right? And so by the third piece is the close. By the time someone sends you a DM, they've already watched your content, they already trust you, and they're already halfway sold your job at that point just to sell them. I mean, dude, there's more to it than that, but it's like, okay, cool. So here's the process. Someone's going to see your ad, and then they're going to check out your page. It's going to start building trust with them to the point where they follow you, right? They might not be ready to buy today, but you're going to start a conversation with them, keep it relational, not transactional, and build that connection. And um, who knows? It might be right away that they need you, or it might be in a week, but you're building awareness with people that are your ideal clients here in Connecticut. or whatever city you're in specifically. And it's like the next step is like through the conversation, whenever they're ready, they're going to give you their phone number. Then you're going to call them and boom, you're going to close the deal. So it's like I can't control the things that we can't control are when they're going to give you their phone number
Yeah.
or how many calls you're going to close. That's on you. I don't know how good of a business you are, but the thing I can guarantee is that, if you spend $50 a day on ads, you're going to probably get somewhere between, I don't know, 1 to 2,000 views a day of people in your city, right? So like 1,000 or 2,000 people every single day are seeing your face, seeing your brand, following you, building up trust. That's going to compound over the next 3, 6, 12 months to like massive numbers, right? It might be slow at first, like it might take a little while to get going, but when you just keep executing the system day by day, that's when you start seeing the big results. That makes sense so far? Yeah. Any questions about that? No. Um, cool. Yeah, showing some proof. Like here's a few examples. Like this is so and so contractor, da da da. Yeah, but you can walk them through it. It's awesome. Um, I guess this would be like the deliverables. Generally
Yeah.
speaking, I would have this like the system would be part of the phases. Like I would be explaining the system in the phases
Okay.
because this is kind of like you,
It's like
yeah, like
repeating
what you're
myself,
doing.
kind of.
Yeah, you're kind of repeating yourself. Like you can just have us all in one where you're walking them through it, each part of it individually, and then yeah, it would just save you time, I think. So let me walk through the 90 days look like. Phase one's all about visibility. The goal here is simple. We build the engine. First we do is profile overhaul, blah, blah, blah. We're going to transform that into something that transforms us. Okay. Second thing is your local ad. Second thing, all right, first thing, like don't say thing, like at least like first step of phase one is the profile
Okay.
overhaul. Da da da. Once that's done, then we do step two. We're going to script. I'm going to get all the information about who you want as a client. I'm going to turn that into a hyper targeted specific script so that we're going to call it to the exact people that you want to do business with. Let's see. And then from there, we're going to build out your authority content, which is 5 to 9 additional videos that will position you as a go-to person in the market, building that trust. And so by the time someone reaches out to you, they already feel like they know you. The first week is me scripting everything and getting it ready to go. And we're going to set our film day for, let's say, day 7 after you start. And then the next week, we're going to get everything edited. By week 3, we launch the system, we turn it on, we start spending money on ads, start getting yourself visible. And that's phase 1. Any questions about that so far? No, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So phase 2 is where we turn the intentional actual revenue. So first thing, like, I don't think you need stuff like this, but it's fine. First thing we do is install first thing we do is install the DM framework, show you exactly how to handle every conversation that comes in, script flows, how to move someone from DM to a booked appointment. By the time someone's messaging you, they're warm. You just need to know how to close them. I would have something in here because a lot of people don't want to send DMs. Like, listen to, like, I know some business owners say they're too busy to send DMs, but think about it like this. Like, you take your average price that you charge, let's say it's $1,000. Yeah, I get that you don't want to DM people all day, but what if every single new follower, every single new message was somebody who wanted to give you $1,000? Would you message them or no? Oh, you would. Okay, gotcha. Right. So that's how you got to think about it. Like, these are people that want to give you money. You just have to be there to take it. Make sense? Yes. And then from there, that second part of conversion is tracking. Every single lead that comes in gets tracked. So that way we know exactly, yeah, you always know who reached out, where they're at, what the next step is, nothing falls through cracks. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, yeah, second thing is lead tracking. So what we don't want to do is just have like spend a bunch of money to get all these leads and then they fall through the cracks because you're not messaging them and following up with them. So I'm going to give you my system so that you have, a process to turn all these people from people that don't really know you to like they're warmed up through conversation, and then boom, you're starting to get phone numbers and booking appointments. And finally, the third piece is the KPI dashboard. So in order for this to scale, you're going to have to know exactly how much you're spending, how much it's going to cost you to acquire a client, how much you're making per client. Once we have all those numbers together, uh, then we can turn that into the roadmap to scale this thing to however high you want it, right? You might start at $30 a day in ad spend. Maybe by the end of the 90 days, you're at $300 a day because we've got everything sorted out like that. So, we're going to be tracking the cost per lead, the conversion rate, return on ad spend, cost per acquisition, blah, blah, blah. Everything is down to the numbers. That's how I work. And that way you always know exactly what levers to pull to scale. And if something's broken, I'm going to show you how to identify it and how to fix it. Does that make sense? Yes. And then let's see here. I think phase 3 is just ongoing support, but I mean, um, every single day, business is showing up at new friends in Central Connecticut. People have heard of you. Da, da, da. Yeah, this has got to be just support, like ongoing support and consulting. Um, so, da, da, da. Yeah, so it's something in here about how often you're checking in with them. What are you checking? Like, is it weekly, bi-weekly? Like how, do they have access to you? Like, what are you going to be training them on? Something like that. Just elaborating a bit more. Like all of this, like a lot of this stuff is like, if you think of like features and benefits, like like let's go through this line by line and see if is this a feature or a benefit. Like I'm with you. All right. Is that a feature? Well, that's just a feature. Not just setting this ad up and disappearing. Okay. I mean, it's like a functional benefit. Like it tells you what it does, but it's not really like explaining it. It's not giving them anything to compare it to. Like other agencies, like sometimes they just disappear. Like I'm going to be with you every step of the way. So whenever you have questions, you have me in your back pocket, me and my team. Um, actually consulting with you every step versus just disappearing, right? You have a marketing expert in your back pocket. Um, and then, yeah, is this right? Is this a feature or a benefit? I mean, it's kind of a benefit, but like you could elaborate on this too. So rather than you, and by my goal for you is that by the end of the 90 days, once you've learned the system and it's running, you're making money. Now you don't have to depend on anyone else to control your marketing and therefore your cash flow, right? So you're going to save, uh, let's say at least 3K a month on an agency retainer, which $36,000 a year from like a one-time investment. And I'm going to show you how to do this in a way where, it's going to take what, like 5 minutes a day to check your ads and then uh, however much time to convert the leads. So there's that. Um, yeah. So this is, I mean, that's kind of this. I guess this line here kind of expands on that. By the end of the 90 days, your name is the first one people. Da da da. That's what authority looks like. Um. So I would just delete this. So based on everything, okay, I'd probably say, okay, cool. So what questions do you have for me about the system so far? Aside from the investment, what questions do you have for me right now? Or like what questions or thoughts do you have for me? Well, what about this? What about that? You answer them. Cool. How do you feel about the process? Feel pretty good? Okay, cool. Like based on everything I just walked you through, do you feel like the system uh I would say can, but do you feel like the system can actually work for your business to insert goal here, whatever they said, or to solve insert problem here? Do you feel like the system would act is it do you feel like the system can actually get your business from 30K a month to 60 or whatever? Yeah, I think it can. Okay, can I ask like what makes you feel like it can? Oh, well, blah blah blah. And then if they're like, oh, I don't know, like, okay, is there any part that you're not clear on? Obviously, like you don't want to move past the temp check. Um, oh, also in here, I would have their ad spend. All right. So somewhere in here, like probably in this part, I'd be like, I might, I typically get my clients to start off at 30 bucks a day, 30, 35 bucks a day, 30 or 30 to $50. So somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500 per month. And then that, you know, hard to say exactly what that turns in, what that will turn into for you, but most of my clients have seen X result in the first 30 days, something like that. Like big picture is that the price is up in here, or the ad spend is up in here, so that they're not thinking that they're not getting confused when you price drop. Okay, cool. You feel good? No questions. Where do you want to go from here? Oh, what's next? Cool. So you'll process the investment here with me, and then we'll set up your onboarding. I'm going to send over a questionnaire, fill that out. I'm going to start scripting your ad, your content. We'll set the film date for, you know, a week from now, and we'll get everything rocking and rolling. Make sense? Yeah, sounds good. Cool. Cool. So where do you want to go from here? Yeah, well, how much is the investment? Okay, cool. It's blank. So what's this? So here's what happens the moment you say yes. Okay, so these are your next steps. Basically what I said. The thing I will have in here is you'll process the investment here. Like, okay, so here's next steps. I wouldn't say this. Let me show you the investment. Cool. So the only thing we haven't talked about are the next steps in the investment. So if you like, we can go over those details now. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. So next steps wise, you're going to process the investment here with me. We're going to get started. We're going to go through all this stuff. The goal is to have your ad filmed, edited, and live within 10 days. I like that. Make sense? And they go, yeah, I also delete this. Um, what is this? Economy class.
I like how
Wait,
Jacob
what is
has
the difference?
that first class and the economy. First class 10K, the economy 6K.
Hmm.
Should I do that or should I just keep for 6K now until I start to scale further? What do you think?
Um, yeah, the way I told him to do it was like, okay, cool. So there's like two options that you could work with me. It's kind of like flying first class or economy. Like get to the same destination. One of them's going to be way more comfortable, and it's going to be a lot more support, hand holding, more features. Like which one do you want? Do you want to fly first class or economy? I want to go fly first class. Okay, cool. So the first class then is everything I mentioned earlier, but we're also going to do more ads, more content. What else do you do? What else is the difference?
So I have it for I have two ads, 9 videos for the first class, and one ad and 5 videos for the economy for the 6K.
Yeah. Problem is they seem like the same thing. They kind of seem like the same thing.
So should I not give, like, if I'm doing that, should I not give the dashboard, the KPI dashboards? I'm going to give them the CRM, but the dashboard so that they can, do you think that should be
But the problem is it's in your pitch, so it should be in both.
okay?
This is
I
why
could
like
change it. I could always
just
change
keep
it.
just keep to
There's
one
a lot I
offer.
gotta change so far, so
Like if it were me, I would like get them a VA for, you know,
okay, yeah,
hey, like
yeah.
I'll get you like a VA, or we'll do giveaways, or we'll do retargeting as well for uh, the first class, something like that.
So the VA,
More
will
value.
that come out of the 10K or will they pay monthly? Because I don't want to pay monthly for that. How will that work?
Yeah, I'll just say, hey, like, I mean, you can pay for like the first month, or they pay every single month after. $7 an hour or whatever for 4 hours a day. So the whole idea is like it's way more hands off.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, this could also confuse people, so I would just be careful with all this. I was like, okay, cool. So, um, which one feels like the right fit for where you're trying to? Where does it say about? Um, so yeah, obviously you have like a choice here. You can say, okay, cool. So the investment for the local authority system is 6K. Or you could just say, hey, the investment for us to help you become the local authority in your area over the next 3 months is 6K. And then just shut up or just like, does that make sense? Do you have any questions about that? Um, or you could be like, okay, cool. So the way that most of my clients work with me is through we they use buy now, pay later options like Affirm or Klarna. Have you ever used those? Yeah or no? Okay. Basically, it's like a payment plan. It lets you split the payments up over 2 years. Um, that way, you can keep most of the cash that you do have on hand to put into your ads, and you can get a quick return. And as soon as you make back the money from that, then you can pay off the Affirm and Klarna, and you're not having to worry about a 2 year payment plan. It just lets us get started with zero down for the next 30 days. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So the investment is 6,000 for the 3 months with Affirm and Klarna. It breaks down to as low as 288 per month. Any questions on how that works?
So is that before you're giving the 6K up front? What, how is,
I'm saying you have two
would you
options.
would you start off with that or no?
Well, you could just say, "Hey, it's 6K," or you can explain it the way I just did it. Whereas like you kind of lead with buy now, pay later
Okay.
if you want, right? Like I probably do that if I'm like, all right, these guys seem like they're struggling, you know, from the context of our conversation.
Every time I say that, I'm like, yeah, I'm working on my credit. I'm like, all right, So
Okay.
what do you say to that?
Well, do you want to see if you're approved for it?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes 2 minutes. If you're not approved, you're not approved. We can find another way. Or like, okay, you're working on your credit. I mean, are are you serious about doing this? Do you actually feel like this is going to work for you? Like 100%? Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. Well, let's figure out how we can make it work for you.
So I have a lot to work on, a lot to change.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, we got some people in here. What's up, guys? Anyone have sales questions?
I have a question, Ben.
Good.
Got off a intro call with a really, I won't say broke person, but they're only making like 5 grand a month, and they thought they're killing it. Uh,
Mm.
yeah. So like, I we talked for a little bit, and then that's when she finally told me like she already spending money on ads, which was okay. I was like, okay, that's not bad. Um, and then I started telling them they were doing Google ads. I was like, okay, but they find me on Instagram. We were talking, stuff like that. And then when she told me she made 5 grand, I was like, oh, okay, shit. I kind of disqualified them pretty quickly because they were, I don't know, not
Did she
not.
have any money for ad spend, or like did you have any cash on hand or
She
credit?
was only spending 500 bucks on ad spend, so that's where I was like, okay, well, fuck. I was like, hey, well, because I sent her the video, not the Loom video, but like the VSL of what we made, what Boris told her to do. She liked this, she was interested, and she's trying to see how that was different from us. I was explaining how it's different. I was going to a little bit too much in depth, and she wanted me to look at her Google ads. I told her I didn't really want to do that, but I would if we could work together.
Like, why would I look at your Google ads? We're not here to talk about your Google ads.
Yeah, that's what I told her, and because she messaged me, do you know Google ads? I was like, yeah, I know it, but like, that's not what I do. Like, I do know it, but like the stuff that I was talking about is more Instagram. That's how we got talking. So when she said she only makes
Yeah.
5 grand a month, that she wants to make more, I was like, well, why don't you just increase your Google ad spend?
Right.
I was like, dude, just spend more. And
Yeah.
she's like, well, I don't know if it's working correctly. I was like, oh, well, where's the guy? So the guy disappeared. I was like,
Okay, you're spending $500. Are you making money from it? Like
yeah,
you would
she
know.
said with 500, she was spending anywhere. She was making like 4 or 5 grand. I was like, okay, well, double it and you make maybe 10 grand. I was giving her all those objections. So yeah, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's working or I don't know if my conversion's doing good or anything. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I just told the price like, so I told her exactly. She's like, I'm interested because she thought I was going to manage everything. I was, no, it's done with you offer. For some reason that it catches more attention when I tell them like, hey, I'm not gonna do it for you. I'm gonna teach you how to do it, so you never depend on anybody again.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can get on the item. And they're like, okay, so how's the price range? And I was like, man, it's gonna be 6 grand, but you could pay up to $200 a month if you do financing, if you don't want to pay all the 6 grand. She was actually interested. She's like, man,
Cool.
I'm actually interested. Like, and I was kind of like trying to blow her off. So,
But why?
because I didn't think she was gonna afford it. Like, 5 grand a month, I'm so used to
Uh,
like anybody that makes less than like 30 grand, I don't even try messing with them. But I guess since it's a done with you offer, I'm assuming that entices a lot of people a lot more. I'm so new to this, man. So like I trip out how like a lot of like people that make less than like 10 grand are highly interested. So what
what
I'm
did
thinking,
like I mean, some of our clients, man, like when they start working with people, they make like 100 grand in 3 weeks. Like I wouldn't necessarily be disqualifying them before they disqualify themselves. If you're
yeah,
already in the pitch, they might as well pitch them.
yeah, it was just an intro call. So like the only reason I went so far in depth is because once she said 5K, I was like, oh, okay, let me just give her a little breakdown before like we meet up or have a Zoom call, waste time. So I was like, let me. So that's why I gave her a breakdown. Total was like 6 grand. So I was actually interested. So like, okay, what if we work together? What would it look like? And then that's why I kind of started talking. So we're still supposed to have another
Okay.
call this Thursday, an actual, not an
How
in-person
did
call. I
yeah,
told her it's gonna be a video.
how did it end?
So she's like, she's like, yeah, let's talk more on Thursday, actual video call. And then, but she's like, I'm actually intrigued. There's a lot of things you told me that was actually right. You made sense. And so I was like, okay, maybe it could be a call. I mean, like an actual, I mean, somebody that could close. But I didn't think it was. I don't know. I'm so used to like anything less than 50K. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna work with it just from everything. So
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck,
I mean,
okay,
I get that,
they
but
stop disqualifying people so early.
yeah, because
I get a lot of broke people, man, on my local ads. A lot of broke people. Like less than like 5, 10 grand revenue. I'm like, God damn it. So I'm like,
what are you saying in your ads?
the same thing Boris told us in the main video. Well, I'm making other ones as well. So I made like 3 or 4 new ads that I didn't have a price qualifier. I'm telling people like, hey, if you're a service-based business that has a team, spend money on marketing, has wasted money on agency, stuff like that. Like I'm not going that route so I could get more higher end people that
Oh,
know about marketing, stuff like that. I'm trying that. I'm just started running the ads today, so I'm like, hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then fuck it.
okay. So before you were not going for people that were already spending on marketing?
No, I was doing the stuff that Boris did said, like a service a business, relying on word of mouth, referrals, stuff like that. I did those for a little bit, but now I'm testing out different types of
Yeah.
those messaging, wording to see if I can attract more hiring people. And
Yeah, I think um oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I saw this guy's post. I like his stuff. He's like smart marketing guy. He's talking about how like everyone's talking about like getting more qualified leads, and it's like, well, just target people with money. And he's like, well, dude, like in my experience, when you target people with money, a lot of them are cheap with their money. It's like, so it's usually not about like how much do they have or as much as it is about targeting people that are already spending something
Mhm.
adjacent. Like they're already investing their money, like whether it's in another form of marketing or something related to marketing, like where
That's what I did now. Like I'm talking about people who already spend money on agencies, who are spending SEO, who agencies that own their whole marketing system so that they can own it themselves. I'm trying that angle, see if it gives me more higher end. I just started today. I was like, man, fuck it, let me just test out,
yeah.
made like 5, 6 videos about it, different types of wording, and see if that works. Because yeah, I've noticed that when I just target service-based businesses, you're gonna get a lot of broke people. Anybody that's has a business, I'm like, I don't really care about people that have business. I want people that actually have money that can afford it. Because it is a really good offer that it's super easy to sell once you start telling them that I teach them. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that like the other person I closed, once I told them that I taught them how to do it instead of doing it for them, they were all in. And this person too, once I
Mm,
told them like, hey, we teach you how to do it, we don't do it for you. She was that's what got her interested. I'm like, oh fuck, okay, so maybe
yeah.
I need to more emphasize on that on my actual ads. And then I have a couple other guys that I have one person that I'm supposed to be close tomorrow. We're already agreed on price. We're just meeting up. And then who else? I have like one or two more guys that I should be closing hopefully soon. We just need to meet up. I fuck up and start telling them price on the intro calls because like I told you, I'm disqualifying them. But
Yeah, yeah.
they're like, oh yeah, let's
I
do
would do the same
it.
thing if they're like, okay, you're making 5K a month. Hey, by the way, like everything makes sense on the next call. I don't want this to be a big surprise. Like the investment to work with me is 6 grand, not including ad spend. If everything makes sense, is that something, that you would be able to figure out, or would you need some more time?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
that's what
that's
I
if I'm
basically
getting
did with
like
this guy.
massive, like brokey red flags.
And
And then
this
we go,
guy,
ah, shit, that's a lot of money. Like, okay, well, there's a way for us to work together using buy now, pay later, like a firm or Klarna. You can break it down to as low as 288 per month. You think you could swing that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I could probably swing that. Okay, cool. It depends on your credit score is a big part of it. Do you know what your credit score is? Is your credit score over like a 700 or does it need some work? Yeah, it needs some work. Okay, what is it? Yeah, it's like a 640. In general, you can probably get some. Firm and Klarna's weird. There's more factors, but if
Okay,
it's around a 620, 640, 650, you can usually get them.
okay, that makes sense. So do you think what I'm doing is like I should be sticking to that? Like if they give me like red flag, just give them price bucket, or should I just still try to get them on a video call, like a more closing call now? That's what kind of like my main
If they
question
have
is.
red flags, I would be asking about it.
Just
Okay,
keep
so considering your business is like, no disrespect, you're like not making that much money. Like, how much do you have to put into marketing and getting help to actually scale it? Like, what do you have to work with? And if they go, oh, well, how much do you charge? I'm like, that's not what I'm asking. Like, like if you have $100, I would say, hey, like maybe go buy Alex Ramosi book or some shit like that. If you have like $1,000, might be better to, I don't even know. If we're talking about you have a couple thousand, you have 10,000, you have 50,000. Obviously, there's like a lot of different stuff we could do depending on what you have available, right? Like this strategy usually works best if you have like, I don't know, 3 to 10K available that you can invest.
Do you ever try closing over the phone? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Like, do you have like a certain limit? Like, hey, I don't get on a call unless I'm closing above like 9 grand, 8 grand, whatever. I know it doesn't matter for you.
No. Why are you asking?
No, I'm just curious. 'Cause, like, I don't know if I should try like pushing to close these guys over the phone or just like, yeah, they just get on a Zoom call. Because I've
Oh,
closed.
you mean like not even on Zoom?
No, no, he's doing that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I've closed before just on a phone call and they gave me the card info. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's very rare that happens, but I've done it before. The later get started. I'm like, hey, cool, I'm actually badass. I thought I was just gonna have a simple call. I don't know if I
I
should.
mean, yeah, man. I've done it before. I did that for most of my sales calls when I got started in business. It was all just over the phone. Um, and then I did Zoom. I actually got started in person. So, I mean, anything can work. It's just like if you have a good conversation and you're able to explain the offer in a way that makes a ton of sense. And I mean, there's no reason why you can't close them.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
what's up, Evan?
Um, Thanks, Ben. I was just listening to what you said. You were like, yeah, the strategy works best to be like 3 to 10K. Like, I always have people, they're like, yeah, I just don't have like, if they're like, yeah, I don't have 3 to 10K, would you just be like, all right, maybe another time, or like, would you try to be like, you don't have like, would you just like kind of cut it there? Like, how do you kind of go about people that like yesterday, this agent was like, yeah, I'm supporting my entire house, so like, I can't afford like to do this. And I'm like, all right, well, can you afford not to? But like, if they just said they don't have the money, are you just kind of cutting them loose there?
Well, I would want to differentiate if they're saying I don't have the money or I'm not willing to spend it because why is my thing zooming in, dude? Is it that you don't have the money physically or you're not willing to spend the money you do have because of maybe we can call it like a limiting belief that you have to support your a mind virus. Really, it's like you might maybe not even say that. It's like, okay, so are you saying you don't have the money, or it's like you do have the money, but you know you want to you're hesitant about investing it because of the fact that you're providing for your family? Like, what are you actually saying? Like, what's the actual objection here?
Okay, so like if they like don't have the money, they're like, yeah, I don't have like 3 to 10K. Would you cut them loose at that point?
Well, I would say something like, okay, well, like, I mean, that's fine that you don't have the money. Like, are you willing to get resourceful? Like, I mean, hey, if let's say God forbid that you had to come up with 10 grand for a surgery for your kids, you didn't have 10 grand, like what would you do? Oh, well, I'd probably ask my dad or something like that, or I'd sell some stuff. Okay, so you get that resourceful for, a family member. Would you take that same level of resourcefulness for your business, which is providing the livelihood for you and your family? Yeah, okay. So why don't you give your dad a call? Why don't you sell some of those stocks and then we can reconnect in a week or so, or however long how long would it take you to do those steps? I could probably do that by Friday. Okay, it's Tuesday now. When are you going to do what's the first thing you're going to do? I'm going to call my dad and ask him for 5 grand. Okay. What's the second thing? I'm gonna liquidate some stocks. Okay. When are you going to do that? I'll do it today. How long does it take for you to get the money for that? 3 days. Okay, cool. So if I call you on Friday, you should have at least X dollars from the stocks or from selling something or whatever. Yes. Okay, cool. And are you 100%
That
in?
makes
You're serious about this? You're 100% in? You just have to figure out the money? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's all you can do. What else are you going to do?
okay. How do I get over myself to like, I guess this is kind of a deeper issue, but like I feel like I just don't have the place to like kind of like tell people like not like tell people what to do. I guess it's like I'm not really telling them what to do, but like I have such a hard time like realistically like we hopped on a call for me to get in here on this course. Like I was in pain. Like I was doing fine with my own business, but I knew I wanted better leverage. I wanted better like clients. I knew I wanted to hire like a longer lever to pull for my own business. So I like had the money and was willing to invest it. For them, like I totally understand why they would be like worried because like I understand, but then I don't because like it's like I took the leap, but like I kind of gonna get in the way of I'm like uh like telling them what to do in my mind, if that makes sense. Like I just have a hard time doing that myself.
You kind of cut out there, but I think I got your question. Like you're saying you're getting to the end of the call and you're like the call's going well or something, and then they're like, oh, it's like 6K. Oh, okay. Oh, like blah blah blah. You're just kind of like letting them off the hook because
Yeah,
you're
they
not
get
telling
like
them like you're just not telling them what they need to do and why they need to do it.
yeah, I guess I'm not doing good enough in the discovery, but even when I like push back on 6K, I'm like, well, yeah, like obviously like you can't really look at this as an expense. Like this is something that like will like in theory give you an
Yeah.
ROI.
Well, no, no, no.
But
It's
like
like, hey, dude, like, I mean, you do. It's the same as discovery. It's like you're just holding a harder line because after the discovery, you've basically committed to them. You're like, listen, like we're in alignment. Like this is going to work for you, and you just know that, like, okay, you just spend 20, 30 minutes telling me how bad your life is, how bad your business is, why you need to change. Then took you through the pitch and you were just like drooling over it. You're like, dude, this is exactly what I need. And now that the money's in the equation, now you're trying to like weasel out of it. You know what I mean? And so you just got to
yeah.
remind them of that. First of all, it's like, hey, like it I heard like a great analogy today. It's like if you have kids and let's say you have your kid's teeth are all fucked up and you tell the kid, hey, your teeth are all weird. You should get braces. It's going to straighten out your teeth, but The next 3 years, you're probably going to get made fun of a lot. You're going to get bullied. It's going to hurt putting them on, but you're going to have straighter teeth and you're going to be happier for it long term. Do you want to get the braces? And they're like, yeah. Like, okay. And then when you bring them to the dentist's office and they're starting to put them on and they're like, ow, this hurts. No, I don't want to do this anymore. You're like, you're not going to be like, oh, they don't want to do it anymore. Okay. And like, no, you got to like hold them down. It's like,
Okay.
I want this, like, I'm doing this for you, right? Like, I'm not letting you off the hook, right? Like, you wanting to go and think about it. Like, how is that any different from what you've been doing for the past 6 months? So like, no, you've already told me that you need to change. We both know your business isn't working. We both know how it's impacting you. We both know how your family is being, deprived of all these things because you're not able to provide for them. And you just told me that you feel like 10 out of 10, this is going to work for you. Right. So like, where is that version of you now? Now that the prices are coming up, like you're letting a bit of money, like, you know, hold you back here. Like it's creating amnesia for you.
Okay.
Quinn says it's not manipulation if it's actually going to help them, but especially if it's their words. Like
Yeah.
you're not putting words in their mouth. Like the easiest objection handling formula is to remind them of what they said earlier in
I
the
think I
why they
realized
need
that
to
my
do it.
problem, I'm not doing a good enough job in the discovery. So like when it comes to that point, like there's too much to tie up, and like that's it. Like a lot of my like meetings are kind of very. I don't like. I need to practice. I think too. It'd be awesome. I would love to like just get like sit down with people, like maybe some of you guys, and like I kind of talk conversationally to people, but I really need to follow the script. I think a lot harder for that aspect because I'll
Yeah,
just sit down with them at a coffee shop and kind of take them through it and not really come off as like I don't think I'm hitting all the right questions that I need to be doing, and that's where I'm like finding that like fallout.
100%. So I'm going to draw something here. If you're driving, I get that you can't see it, but this is an idea that I want you to remember. So there's like a yin and yang of sales. Most people only have they land too far on one side or too far on the other side, but they don't have them together. So the yin is like empathizing with people, connecting with them, building understanding them, understanding their problem, like them liking you. Like that's the yin side. The yang side is like the leadership, which is like, all right, motherfucker, like this is broken. This sucks. You're suffering here. This is not working. This is a problem. This is costing you this much. This is impacting you in these ways. This is, hurting your family. Like, and it's your fault. Are you going to do something about it? Right? Like, if you're too much on one side, you're kind of like too soft.
Yeah.
Too soft. You're like basically buddy buddy with these people. But if you're all leadership, then you're too hard. You know what I mean? Like you
Totally.
kind of need to be in the middle and like know when to, yeah, like at the end of the discovery, like if I'm recapping, I'm like, okay, so this is not working, this is not working, this is not working, this is not working. Like I have a call with this girl who like didn't know anything about Boris's program, but we had like a conversation and she was all like all over the place. And by the end of the call, I hit her with like this yang stuff. I was like, okay, so you're struggling here. This is not working. Boom, boom, boom. And you could just see it on her. She's like, oh fuck. And it's like, hey, like all these problems that you have, you're causing them, which is like, they're like, oh fuck, you're holding the mirror up to them. And then they're like, oh man, like, are you going to keep doing that? No, I'm not. Okay, why not? Why now? Why with me? And so if you want to like the simplest way that I can like break down the discovery is I'll call it cut. All right. Make this very simple. Who knows what the C stands for? Or who cares to take a guess? What do you think C stands for in cut? You need some participation here.
Is this for like the discovery call, like the beginning of the
The
discovery?
discovery, the discovery, yeah. What's this? These are the things that you want to hit on a. I might actually put two T's in here.
Certainty.
Certainty. No, not certainty is like these are like the things that you want to have on the call for them to buy. So the first C is the cost. Cost. You know, them staying the same is more expensive than them giving you your price. It's impacting them. The problem is impacting them. Like them keeping the problem for one more, like for them keeping the problem is like something that they're not willing to do anymore. It's like it's too painful. It's impacting them too much. It's costing them too much dollars and cents. It's costing them in time. It's costing them in energy. It's costing them in who knows their relationships, right? There is a tangible cost, which I mean, it might be emotional, but it's usually in business. It's like, dude, like your business should be doing 100K per month. You're only doing 50 because you're not visible, right? So like every single month that you're not visible, you're just burning 50K, and it's been going on for the past year. So you've lost $600,000. How does that make you feel? You know, like what do you think about that? Dude, that's a lot. Okay, so the cost, very simple. It's costing them more to stay the same. Could be opportunity costs, the money that they could be making, the cost of inaction. It's more painful for them to keep doing what they're doing than it is for them to take a calculated risk on something unproven to them, like a new service. The second T, or the second U is urgency. Urgency is them based. There's only one. I'm just gonna make this simple. There's only one T. Urgency is simply them saying, like, I'm not willing to pay this cost for one more fucking day. I gotta change today. Like, see, this first thing is how you get somebody inspired to take action. That makes sense so far?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And so the last T is tie downs. Tying them down to a new decision, right? So what are some tie downs? Well, they might think that they can, like once somebody is like, okay, the cost of saying the same is too much. I'm no longer willing to go one more day. Like then you just have to tie them down so they don't squirm out. So some of the tie downs could be doing it themselves, doing something else. You might ask, like, why Instagram and a brand versus anything else? Like doing it with you know, you might want to get the tie down that they trust you. They trust you. And then really the rest of it is probably going to be like, I mean, there's probably more tie downs, but also some tie downs any objections that come up in the call, we're like, oh, that's an objection. Like, oh, this person's already spending money on Google ads. I need to tie that down. So, okay, so you're already spending money on Google ads. Any reason why you don't just double down on Google ads versus do something new? Oh yeah, because Google ads, I can't really track it and I don't really like it and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Tie that down. These are like the main ones, you know, that they don't want to do it themselves. They want to do what you do. They trust you. They don't have any objections or limiting beliefs. And if they have a lack of money, right? It was like another part of cost is like it's not only is it cost them a lot, but it's also their fault, which is ownership. But if they have any limiting beliefs around advertising or working with other people, if they got burnt in the past, you want to tie it down. Why now they're willing to get over being burnt if they are, right? So like you think of the tie downs as like either removing all the resistances for them taking action today or tying it down that, okay, we're going this direction and there's nothing going to stop you. That makes sense?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if some of them, like a lot of people are like, a lot of the in-person people I've been talking to, they have not advertised before. Like if
Yeah,
I
great.
ask them,
So up front, I would say, okay, so how long have you been in business? Oh, 2 years. And okay, and so you've never done any advertising? No. So what's going on now that means that now you need to do advertising
yeah,
if you do? Oh, well, I don't know if I do, but I'm not going to accept that. Like, what do you mean you don't know? Like, is your business plateaued? Is it not growing fast enough? Is it declining? Like, what's going on? Like, there has to be a reason. Like, everything has to make sense on a sales call where they're like, yeah, we never advertised before, but we know that we've been like missing the boat. Okay, did anything change where now you need to advertise? Well, yeah, we had a competitor pop up in the past 3 months, and now they're doing more business from us, and we know it because they're advertising. Okay. Are you willing to allow them to take all your market share because you're not advertising? No. Why not? Okay. Well, something like that, like you if you know like the mental model, like the mindset around like how to talk through these things,
Yeah.
it becomes pretty easy. You know what I mean? You don't need a script. You just like, huh, okay, so if you never advertised before, so is there anything going on now that means that you need to? Like, what has it cost your business to not advertise? Okay, so
Yeah.
you're making how much money per month right now? 30K. And how much that's profit? 10. Okay. And where do you feel like the business would be at if you did advertise? Hypothetically, do you have any idea? Or you must have an idea. Yeah, I think we'd probably be doing 50K a month. Really? So, in other words, by you not doing it, it's costing you 30K a month, $360,000 per year. Yeah. Okay. Has anything changed where now you're no longer willing to continue losing 30K a month by not advertising? Well, actually, yeah. Urgency. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, I was gonna say you bring up a lot of questions that I realize I don't ask. Like I never ask them. I'm like, well, why me? I feel like a lot of them will be like, I don't know. I just saw like you're the first person I talked to.
Yeah. They will say that if you ask it too early. That's a
Gotcha.
question that require that the okay, so that's a question like why me is like one of the very last questions you ask in a discovery because if you ask it too soon, they'll give you that answer. But if you've got all the data and you've calculated the costs and you're having this real conversation with them, and then you're like, okay, so why, if you do you feel like I'm the one who can help you with this? They will rationalize an answer because like it's frame control. This is how it works. You just have to trust it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm really bad at like following the frame when it comes to like in-person stuff, and that's something I definitely need to like honestly like even though I think like role play with people or something like that and just get grilled until I get it dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what you got to do. Sorry guys. I I totally forgot that I was going to go see Mortal Kombat tonight, which it starts in 1 minute. I was supposed to go with my friends. I was like, fuck, I was going to do the office hours. Um, but yeah, dude, I'll probably, since we're cutting it, I jump now, but I meant to go for like 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, like for sure, in the meantime, all of you guys should be role playing, especially Evan. Like for you, Evan, too, like it's a mindset around like holding them. It's like holding their feet to the fire and holding up the mirror to them is like a mindset. And it's like you have to be a leader on these calls. Like if they're telling you one thing and they're like trying to squirm out at the end, you just have to be firm and like understand that's human nature and be like, look, it sounds like this is the same pattern that's been keeping you where you're at in your business for the past 3 years. And you trying to go off and think about it or do more research is is no different than from what you've been doing for the past 3 years, which has got you in the result that you're in today, which is why you're on the call. You like, do you agree? Yes. Well, like, how much longer are you willing to continue staying in this pattern, continue letting down your family, continue not making money, continue losing market share, continue being broke? I mean, fuck that.
That makes a ton of sense. Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
You got any
Yeah.
advice for me, Ben?
I don't have enough
Hurt my
time, dude.
feelings, man.
I mean, like you're learning, dude. Like don't beat yourself up. I think you're getting better. You gotta learn quicker. But dude, like once you master the fundamentals, like sales is once you learn the fundamentals, you just keep doing them. And then you make micro adjustments. Like what I would do is like if you break up the call, hey, you guys do 2 calls, but like I like I want to like master every part of the call like sequentially, like starting from the beginning. Like, is my energy good? Is my opening and rapport good? Is my frame on point? How's my opening question? How's my discovery? Am I hitting all the main points that I just walked you through? How's my transition? How's the pitch? Am I temp checking these guys? How's my price drop? How's my like objection handling? Am I like staying firm with them and like not letting them weasel out? And like once you the big thing is like learning is just is your behavior changing? If you're getting advice and your behavior is not changing, you're not learning. Or if you're like you're doing something one time but then you're not doing another time, like you haven't learned. So it's like once you fix the mistake, never ever it's like never it's
It's
like
not
it's like a
broke,
video
don't
game.
fix it, basically.
Yeah, if you're like, okay, you got to level one, cool. Now you're at level two, like you not you making the same mistake is going back down to level one, which is slowing down how quickly you're going to advance, right? And the best, like, you know, the best people I know, like, they learn one time and they're like, okay, I'm never doing that again. I'm like, got it, not making that mistake. What's the next thing? Okay, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And before long, they're really good. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, I agree. I think I have to really my mindset before the call. I have to clear my mind because I have a lot going on. I have, like this is
Yeah,
I have that's the main thing,
yeah,
And
yeah. I have
once
like silence your mind. Uh,
yeah,
it says empty your mind and trust the next question will come on my pre-call checklist. It's a big one, dude. You want to relax. If you can physically relax, like, I mean, there's meditations out there, but like do some breathing, chill. When you're talking to them on Zoom or whatever, like put your phone in another room. Like if it were you and I on a call, I would go on Zoom, click the three little dots in the top right corner of your video and hit pin so that you're my full screen. And I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just like tuned into you, right? I'm not thinking about the biggest thing is like when we're on a call or we're in a meeting, like nothing else exists. Like the world has stopped and it's just us for the next 30 minutes or the next 45 minutes. And that alone will like do a lot.
yeah. Okay.
Like relaxing, tuning into the person, being curious as much as you can, trying to like silence your mind, dude. That's a lot of it. And be having certainty that boom, like if you know the principles and you know the mindset and the philosophy of sales, like the next question is going to come. Right. If you actually internalize what I just said about the cut,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
as you have more questions, if you come up to something that you don't know what happened and you think about it, and you're like, dude, I can't figure it out. Just shoot me a message and we'll figure it out together.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Biggest one too
Actually,
is like you got to like increase your confidence like 100 out of 10 when you go on these calls. Like
yeah.
there should be no doubt. Like, dude, like I know this is the shit. I know I'm the shit. I know that you need to do this like more than I need your money. Like you need this.
And
That
it's
should,
crazy
that should be
because
something you say, but it's like your demeanor, your
right,
energy.
and it's crazy because they be like, I see your work on Instagram. You know what you're talking about. That's why I'm on the call. So it's like I just like I said, the mindset. I just have to know that I know and that it works and that they
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah. There's like a difference between like, it's like, not to get like esoteric or anything, but there's like levels of belief. There's a difference between belief and knowing something. Like you can be certain and that's like a level of belief, or you can have conviction and that's like a level of belief. But there's still like a doubt or two that could be wrong. But you don't have belief that your name's Corey Andrews. You know your name's Corey Andrews. So it's like if you can have like like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
it's a
know for a
difference.
fact that you need this. I know that I'm the best person that you could be talked to. I know this is going to change your life. I know that when we're talking, the next question is going to come to me if I'm just like silencing my mind and tune into you. I just know it.
Makes sense. Yeah, got you.
Like
Okay,
it's a big one.
I understand that.
Just
All right. So I have a call with a Zumba instructor. See how this goes at like 6:30. So
there we go.
see how that goes.
You're gonna lock it in, Corey. Let's fucking go, dude.
Let's go. PIF it. 6K PIF coming.
I become the go-to Zumba instructor in your city.
Right. It's,
Yeah.
she want to get on the call, so I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah. Do you have anything else like in your life that's taken your state down outside of business and money?
For me, man,
Yeah.
this is my full time. I got a wife, 2 kids, and a mortgage, and
Yeah.
I'm not at 5K a month. So it's like it's tough. It's hard. That's why I'm like doing little gigs here, like photo shoots and listing videos, photos, just to, and I
Okay. So
have a
it's mostly
client.
finance. Yeah,
I
it's
have a
mostly
client, like she paid 1K and then she made another 1K, so she owes 4. But like other than that, I have a retainer that's 2K a month. It's a roofing company, and that's it. So it's like I'm believing, knowing that this will work, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on, but
yeah.
that's what I
Dude,
gotta
like
clear my mind before.
yeah, I was about to say that, dude. Like all that stuff, as hard as it is, it's like you have to like when we were talking to a prospect, like I mean, it's just as easy to believe that you have $100 million in the bank. Is
Yeah.
like your brain doesn't know the difference between your imagination and reality. It just doesn't. So you could just trick yourself if you have to for a few minutes so that you're not even thinking about that and you can just show up and be sharp and present and, on the ball and be the same version of you that they're seeing on Instagram that they're talking to them now. You
Yeah.
don't want to be like all hype on Instagram, but you're all like depressed on the fucking sales call. They'd be like, "Whoa, what,
Right.
like,
Like
what is it?"
I try not to go on the calls like I need this, I'm starting to not go into the calls like I need this. And I just try to have a conversation, you know, for the
Yeah,
main part, with them. So
yeah. So, I mean, part of yeah, I mean, it should be a conversation, but like still with like a direction. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Put
Just
them
not trying
on.
to like sell them off the rip.
Yeah, you don't know if they'll be a good client. You don't know if you want to even work for them. You don't know if
Right.
they have a problem that you have a solution to. I mean, you can assume that they do because they booked in a call with you and they've been seeing your sub. We don't
Yeah.
actually know. So, like, what's there to sell until you actually have all the data to even know and have your own level of conviction that, okay, this is exactly what you need. And I know why. Like, I used to ask questions not to sell like, this is my old mentality. Okay. So, like, I would ask people questions enough until I was sold on them.
Mm.
I'm like, okay. Oh, okay. I know this is going to work for you now.
Before you go
I
into
know
the pitch.
exactly before the pitch. Yeah. I would keep asking questions until I was sold on them. Because once I was sold on them, then my conviction could overweigh their doubt.
Mm. Okay, that's good to know. Hmm. So keep asking questions, but don't pop the rubber band.
Pretty much.
I like that analogy you used before, the rubber band. But yeah, I'm gonna clear my mind and get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I think I'm too late to go to the freaking movie now. So
Well, you got
sounds
like
like
30-minute preview, so I don't know how far you are from the movies. But
yeah, it's like a 10-minute drive. But anyone else here have any other questions? Could be mindset related, sales related. I mean, Evan brought up a good one about like the whole like I would call it not being a leader at the end of the calls and not feeling weird about that.
yeah,
Like what I found is that um, I had resistance to going deeper into people's problems and their pain because I felt like it was something I was doing to them. So there was a part of me that felt I was like, I know I should do it, but I feel unethical doing it. Like I'm prying,
That's how I
or
feel, 100%.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so like the thing that needed to change was not that the thing that needed to change was my feeling about it. It's like, no, dude, it's extremely ethical. Like it not only is it's like you are 100% doing it for them, right? Because they've probably never actually sat down and had like a conversation like this or looked at all their numbers and connected all the dots. They've never done it before. They probably have been lying to themselves about how bad it is, which is why they haven't fixed it. And if they don't know the full severity of their situation, I mean, like let's say that you had a really shallow conversation, but they had a bunch of money and they're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. You know, some people just do it, but you know, just because they like the offer. Like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll do it. Here's my money. They're already doing well, but then their level of commitment is down here, and their level of motivation to actually follow through is like way down here. Are they going to get good results? Probably not. You know, you might have closed them, but are you going to get a case study? No. Are they going to be happy? No. Are they going to give you referrals? No. So, like, the thing you have to flip is like, dude, like, it's extremely ethical to go deep and like really have a genuine heart to heart conversation with these people about their pain and their problems. And most companies, they don't do like most salespeople will go on and they'll pitch you. That's all they do. And it's like when you have these people that have been on like 10 different calls with other agencies and they're shopping around, it's because nobody's actually like dug deep enough into the pain to why it truly matters for them before they pitch them, right? Like if you don't go into what it's costing them, it it doesn't really like it doesn't really matter to them. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, it just sounds cool, but it's not like compelling. But when they're like looking at their situation objectively and they're like, fuck, my numbers are bad, dude. Like this is worse than I thought. Like I have been kind of like telling myself that it's not that bad, but fuck, it's actually pretty bad. Fuck it. Now, like, you know, the mirror like floats up in front of them and they're forced to look at it and they're like, ah, okay, shit. Like I have to do something now. And then the pitch makes sense. They're like, okay, cool. Like I'll do it. Yeah, Evan.
I guess this is like a little bit of a point to add is because I guess when I joined here, I guess like I was getting a ton of ads from like a bunch of services like Boris's. I got one from like Sign Marketer, and it's so funny because Sunday I remember having a Zoom call with the guy from Sign Marketer. I don't even remember applying to his thing, right? He was
Yeah.
even like the way he was like talking to me on the sales call, like I'm here, right? I was willing to pay the investment.
Yeah.
But the way he was talking to me, it almost felt like he needed me more than I needed him. And
Hmm.
I it just completely turned me off to
Yeah.
the whole thing. And he was like, do a discount. And his program was even cheaper than yours or like than
Yeah.
Boris's. But
Yeah.
I had no problem going to you because I actually felt like this, you know what I mean? Like I didn't like not that like you're not selling me, but like it felt way less desperate and it felt like I was coming to you. I was like, I want help.
Yeah.
And like you guys are providing the help rather than this guy who's like, all right, like I'll do it for 1,000 less. I'm like, I don't know. Like it almost felt like I was being sold and then I like kind of like took my feet off the gas.
100%. Yeah. I mean, that's it's extremely common.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like dating. Like when you when you're like a cool guy and you're talking to a girl and you're kind of nonchalant and she's like, I don't know if I like this guy. And you know, but you're not like pushy or weird or stuff. Usually she's like, you know, I don't know what it is about this guy. I kind of like him. He's not really chasing me. And then like like the dynamic flips. But now the girl starts like being more and more interested in you. But if you're the guy who's like, look at my cool watch and my cool car, like we should go here and like like self-qualifying and chasing and doing all this stuff, like oh like being desperate, like you know, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm like trying to figure out like how to really like toe the line of like, all right, let's be firm but not like desperate. And yeah, like I said, I think it's really just figuring out that discovery is like what I'm learning personally. But I just thought that's funny because like I literally paid more money for a similar thing and I had no problem doing it, but I had a problem doing it before just on the way that I was communicated with.
Exactly, dude. I mean, that's the biggest lesson. It has nothing to do with the price, does it?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And like you weren't exactly warm to Boris when you came on the call.
I've
You didn't
never
really know
seen.
anything about what we did or
Yeah.
how anything really works. And I remember you were like quite cold, which
Yeah, I
is
didn't see
it's
anything.
fine.
I just didn't even remember even I clicked on a bunch of people's ads and like it wasn't like I was like consuming a bunch of content. I was just like I want to make a change. Like
Yeah,
I'll just hear people out, you know?
exactly. And so like I mean, dude, that's also I mean, just think about when you master that skill, like just the discovery. I mean, it doesn't really matter how warm they are to your brand. Like best case scenario is when your marketing and brand is so good that you don't really need good sales skills, and your sales skills are so good that you don't really need a strong marketing or brand. Like you have both.
That makes a ton of sense, honestly.
Yeah. Right. Because if you're flexible too, if you don't have a script and you're flexible and you can read people, it's like I've had calls selling for Boris where someone jumps on and like I just pitched them in 10 minutes and they paid 15K. Right.
Yeah.
And other people, it's like, oh fuck, like it takes like an hour and a half or 2 hours and they buy at the end because there's way colder. But if you didn't have the like one of my old mentors called it like sensory acuity, like reading people and their buying temperature and just understanding them and like um if you treated every single call the same, I'm like, well fuck, like you're gonna make way less sales.
Yeah. Like one of the I got a yes. I mean, I had a meeting last week with a real estate brokerage and they wanted to do like agent to agent recruitment. So we're gonna do that, but he said yes today. But obviously, I work with him, and I think I was like really taking my foot off the gas because there was another agent on that team, and I didn't want to come off with like hot breath and like for like everyone else on the team, even though like she like needed it, wants it, but she just got a little price scared.
Right.
But yeah, like the agent called me today. He's like, yeah, just split it up, send it over. So I
Right.
trust them, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't believe it until there's any money going through. So
Yeah, exactly. Nothing nothing counts until the money's in the bank.
yeah,
All right. Well, I I don't even think I'm gonna go see this movie now. Whatever. I heard it wasn't that good anyway. Now I'm selling myself out of it. Quinn, Logan, you guys have any questions or anything you want help with?
Um, oh, here, let me turn my camera on. So I had a discovery call recently.
Yeah.
Um, and it was with a guy, and he was a really cool guy. Like our energies matched really well. A lot of it was like just genuine conversation, and then it was also like me, qualifying him obviously and kind of selling him and pitching him. His only uh objection was talking to his wife. And, I did the thing of like, oh, like,
His
what are you going to
wife.
talk to her about? Why don't you
Yeah.
like call her right now? He was like, oh, she's at the gym with my kids. Like, I can't call her right now. I was like, okay, well, let's set up a call where I can talk to both y'all and kind of walk her through what this looks like. And then we can talk about pricing at that point. And he's like, okay, cool. Sounds good. And by this point, he was completely sold. Like, and I asked him all like possible objections. He wasn't objected on price. He was fine with price. He was ready to start as soon as like the next week from that day. Um, but then when I got on the
Yeah, yeah, go finish your story.
no, when I got on the call with him and uh his wife was just super. Well, I think what I realized is I should have essentially treated it like another discovery.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I didn't treat it like that at all. I kind of just,
Yeah, yeah. Were
yeah.
they business partners as well?
No.
Okay, so I would immediately like I don't think that's a real objection, first of all. Like it's it's like his business. Like what I would probably recap all the problems that the guy told me about. I was like, "Hey, so nice to meet you. In our last meeting, or even before I got off the first call, I'd be like, okay, so is your wife aware of like the problems in the business and like how you're losing sleep over this and you're not making money here and you're stressed about this? Is she aware of that? Uh, he's either going to say yes, she is, or no, she's not. I'm like, okay, so if we're going to have your wife on, like, you know, like it's totally fine if you want to like split the ownership and the responsibility of this being your problem to solve with her 50-50. But if she's not aware of it, I'm going to get her on a call. I'm going to tell her everything that you told me so that she has the same context. Therefore, we're not, she's going into this knowing why it's important, right? So if you're totally cool with that, cool. We can set up another meeting with the wife. I'll just, recap everything, make sure that she's on the same page, you know, take her through this the system, answer any questions that she has, and then we can rock and roll from there. Or if you don't want that, then you can just take all the ownership and, since it is your business and we can just make a decision right here and now. Which one do you want to do? Because
Yeah,
like
he
I can
was.
guarantee, dude, like he's abdicating responsibility, first of all, like to your wife, like, and she's not even part of the business. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what the fuck? Like, like, do you really need to talk to your like? Do you really need to talk to your wife? Like, it's your business. Like, what do you have to talk to her about?
Yeah, he was. I mean, they they rely on each other's income for the household. So I think that was the main reason, is that he didn't like want to make the decision to invest. Like, the reason they didn't end up committing on call, they told me that they'd like to meet in person and like talk more sometime soon. But the reason they didn't commit on call is because they wanted to make sure they were ready for the investment, which
Yeah. So do they have the money to do it? I'm like, okay. So what does that even mean? Like, do you guys have the 6K plus ad spend right now available? That's probably one of the first questions I'm going to ask after I'm like, okay, do you 100% feel like this strategy is going to work for you guys or for your business, John? Yes, I do. Okay. Why do you feel like that is? What about you? Do you feel like it's going to work? Okay, cool. Why? Okay, got it. Now, do you guys have the capital available right now to get started? Or would you need some more time? Yeah, we don't have the 6K. Okay. How far off are you? Well, we've got like 2K that we could put down. Okay. And so at that point, I'm like, okay, so outside of just not having the full amount, is there anything else coming up for you which is holding you back from just pulling the trigger on this today? No, it's really just the money. And then you're like, okay, cool. So it's like it's logistical now. We can just figure out something like, okay, well, we could do buy now, pay later. Or do you have a credit
right,
card? Or do you have any savings? Or do you have like, like is the 2K that you have, like, do you have another bank account where you have like an emergency fund or like a retirement fund or something that you can pull from? Because like this is an investment. You're going to make more money back, right? Like we want to make sure that we're looking at this the right way. Okay, you don't have those things. Okay, do you have any credit cards? Okay, you don't. Interesting. Like, all right, well, like how's your credit? Like we could do a buy now, pay later where you can finance it over 2 years and it brings the payment down to 288 per month. Could you swing that? Oh yeah, we could. Okay, do you want to see if you're approved? It takes like 2 minutes. And then you see if you can take it through the husband's credit. And if he's not approved, then you take it through the wife's credit. And if they're still not approved, then you could try a lower amount. You could try like for 4K or 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 3K and then do a payment plan
Yeah.
after. Or like, like whatever.
right. Yeah. I will say that the the previous call that you had like this, where you've reviewed my call with the other dude, uh I did take a lot from that and it helped out a lot with that call. Like, my frame was really good. I literally just copied the frame that you one of the frames that you gave me. I like wrote it down in my book and I set my book right next to my monitor and just
Okay.
basically read it by line.
Which
Um
frame? Like the opening frame?
it's the where is it? It's like the one. Yes. So we're gonna go deep on this call and have a no BS conversation about exactly what's going on in your business, blah 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 blah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. And then I kind of made my pitch a lot more simple. Like
Yeah.
I explained it in like phases, like three
Yeah.
phases.
Good.
And he really liked it when I finished explaining it. But yeah, so
Were you on here earlier when I was going through Corey's pitch?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, probably some things you could pull out of that, maybe.
yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I want to like that's something I'm probably gonna like study a bit more is just getting like a strong framework for my actual pitch.
Yeah.
So that way it can just be repeatable and then I can eventually just have it locked in my brain.
Yeah. Like if I were to just like wing it off the top of my head, probably start off with the big idea, which is like Instagram is why it's better than Google and stuff. Like everyone's on Instagram. You're building a brand where you're the first one to think of versus Google, which is very competitive and it's random, it's expensive, right? Like everyone spends their time on Instagram, which is why me and my clients focus on it because it's the easiest to build a brand because nobody else is on camera in your niche making content, making ads. They're all relying on old school methods. Make sense? Cool. And so the same strategy that me and my clients use is the one that got us on the call, right? You saw my ad. How many times did you see my ad before we spoke? Oh yeah, you saw my ad for like 2 weeks. Okay, and how much of my content did you check out before we got on this call today? All of it. Okay. When you were going through my content, my ad, like, do you remember like what you were feeling about my page? Oh yeah, I felt like you were like you knew your stuff. Okay, so it's fair to say then that you had a level of trust before we ever spoke. Is that fair to say? Yeah, totally. And like looking at your leads and prospects right now coming to you, what level of trust would you say that they have for you? Is it high? Is it low? Is it medium? Yeah, it's pretty low. Okay, well, what's going on as a result of that? Well, yeah, I'm getting a lot of like people that are tire kickers asking for quotes and never coming back. They want discounts. They want this. Okay. And do you think that if you had a brand on Instagram where everyone was seeing you and you looked high quality and you were like the local authority and you were therefore having people coming to you already following you, thinking you're like, oh my God, this guy's like a local celebrity, not just another car detailer. Like, do you think that that would help you with your trust? Yeah, totally. You think you would make more money or less money doing that? More for sure. Do you have any idea of like how much more you might make? I don't know, maybe double, triple. Okay, cool. So you're saying you would go from like 8K a month to 16, if not 24, maybe more. Yeah, cool. You believe that? You're not just telling me that, right? No, I actually believe that. Okay, cool. So it's fair to say then that by you not having this trust from having a personal brand on Instagram, it's costing you somewhere between eight to $16,000 every single month. Yeah, shit. Okay. Well, here's how we fix that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot this ad. It's hyper target specific, calling it exactly to your ideal clients, and we're going to target all of this area. So every single person in this city is going to see you, right? So we're going to spend $30 to $50 a day. That's going to put you in front of 100,000 people over the next 30 days. All these people, once they see your ad, we're going to go to step two, which is having your page look high quality with high quality content and branding. So that's building trust, positioning you as the authority, sharing testimonials, happy clients. That's going to get them to follow you. And now you're going to start conversations with them. And then I'm going to show you how to have these conversations so that they lead to them giving you their phone number and turning into a lead. And then from there, it's up to you to just call them up and close the sale. Like I'm not going to close them for you. Yeah, but that's basically the system, right? So we have content, we have ads, we have a messaging system, we track everything. We're going to get phone numbers from the conversations, and then you're going to call them and close them. Does that make sense to you? That's exactly how we got here. Yeah. Do you feel like that would work for you? Yeah. Okay. Well, can I ask why do you feel like it can? Oh, well, because okay, cool. So as far as like how long we worked together for a minimum of 90 days. In that 90 days, in the first week, I'm going to script your content, your ads, and then we're going to film it by day 10, whatever. We're going to get everything filmed and edited and launched by day, whatever, 14 or 21. And then generally speaking, as soon as your ads are launched, leads start following you within 24 hours. It's not uncommon to close your first deals in the first week of running ads with this system. And then really everything after that's like a compounding effect as more and more people see you. It's just like, it's like Google says, it's like people need to have 7 touch points with you before they buy. And if every time they open up Instagram, it's like another touch point and they're seeing more of your stuff, they're having a conversation with you, that's going to accelerate the buying time between them being a cold stranger to them wanting to work with you. Does that make sense? Like, obviously I can't guarantee how long it's going to take because everyone's different, but that's the idea. That's the science of it. Any questions about that? No. Cool. So once the ads launched, I'm going to give you ongoing support, coaching, accountability, 24/7. You have me in your back pocket. You can just shoot me a text, or we could do weekly meetings or bi-weekly or whatever. We're going to check-ins. I'm going to give you systems to track all the leads, to convert them. If you have followers that are hitting you up and you know that every single time you message them, they're potentially a person who would pay you, insert X price, whatever you charge, do you think that you would be like excited to message these people? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, like that's what we're going to do. And then, after the end of the 90 days, we can kind of decide from there. Do you want to just take the system in-house and just do it yourself? Or do you want help to continue scaling it? If that's the case, we can talk about that. But that's like, that's my pitch. Any questions for
that's
me?
really good.
What questions do you have for me about, what we do or how it works? Okay. How do you feel about the process? Okay, cool. I mean, based on that plan that I just walked you through, do you feel like that can help you actually double your business? Or do you feel like that can actually help you start getting more visible and generating more leads and grow your business? Yes. Okay. Can I ask why do you feel like it can? Oh, because blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Where do you want to go from here? Well, what's next? Cool. So next steps wise, we'll talk about the investment. We'll process that here with me on the call. And then I'll send you a questionnaire. I'll start use that to script your ad, your content, and then we'll aim to have everything shot and recorded by, this time next week. Make sense? Yeah. Cool. Where do you want to go from here? Oh, what's the investment? Okay, cool. So the investment for me to help you build out the system over the next 90 days is $6,000. Any questions about how that works? Oh, no, sure. Okay. Cool. Well,
That's good.
do you want to do it? What card do you want to put that on?
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely do I have okay, I'm gonna have to message Corey because for some reason my note taker's not in here, but definitely gonna use that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
this is recording, so Fathom's not in here, but apparently Pablo's is. Pablo had to jump. Yeah, message Corey. He'll probably get to you.
yeah, I'm like I feel like I'm a pretty quick learner. So like every time you're telling me like fix this, fix that, I fix it and then obviously like move on to the next. Like you were talking with I can't remember who you were talking in here with, but yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that and
yeah,
make
dude. I
that
mean,
perfect.
that's the game. It's kind of like yeah. Have you ever read those like choose your own adventure books when you were a kid? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like turn to page 90 if you want to go into the cave or if you want to go into the forest. You're like, okay, I'm going to go to page 90. Oh, you got killed by a fucking troll. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'm going to go to the forest. Okay. Oh, you see there's like a fork in the road and there's a wizard there. Do you like give the wizard a high five or do you give him a bag of gold? Like, I'm going to give him a bag of gold. The wizard says, I can't be bribed, and he turns into a frog, you're dead. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna give him a high five next time. It's like, okay, sweet. You go to like the end of the forest, and there's like two doors. One of them looks like, it's on fire, and the other one is all like glowing. Which one are you going to go to? I'm like, oh, this is probably a trick. I'm gonna go into the fiery door. Oh, you instantly die. I'm like, ah, fuck. Okay, I'm going to this door now. You're like, all right, you win. Like you get the freaking prize. And it's like in a way, sales is like that because it's like you're like, you keep making these mistakes, but it's like, okay, next time I'm not gonna do this, and boom,
Yeah.
boom,
Just
boom,
trial
boom.
and error.
Before long, you know every single way that the call can go and the conversation can go, and you know, yeah, literally
Yeah.
by trial and error, and just learning, just taking your calls not as like something personal if they don't buy, but it's just it's data, it's feedback. Right? Okay, oh, like it's not that they didn't want to buy from me. It's just like, my communication here is, if my communication was just a bit better, maybe asking better questions or explaining what I do better, or maybe my state was better. I was like being more of a leader, being more detached, more not needy, whatever. Like, I think that's when, okay, my background sucks. Okay, I fixed my background. Cool. Like, you know, it's just like a sequential set of steps. And then, dude, like next thing you know, you're closing multiple deals. You might go from closing one a month to one a week to like a couple a day, and then it doesn't take that
For
long.
sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm meeting with them again. We're supposed to meet this Sunday. Hopefully that doesn't fall through, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it's just about the money. So it's just come up with a plan for them really.
Yeah. Yeah, I told them like I was trying not to do the thing where like uh you've talked about it multiple times, but saying a payment plan thing, like don't say a payment, let them like say what's comfortable rather than you bring it up because most of the
Yeah.
time they'll say something that is actually better than what you were gonna say. So I
Yeah.
just asked them like what
Like
would be comfortable for
unless,
y'all.
well, not like what would be comfortable because it's not supposed to be comfortable. It's like most of my clients paying it full, but like, what were you thinking? Oh, because you do 3K down and 3K next month. Like, yeah, I could do that. You know what I mean? Or if they go, well, can you do $200? Like, obviously not. Like, the most I'll do is split up over 3 months of 2K a month. Can you come up with
Right.
2K a month? And they're like, well, I guess, maybe we can take it out of here. Like, most people have that money. They're just scared. They're either scared to invest it, make the decision, or make the potential wrong decision, or they're just full of weird limiting beliefs about God knows what. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's the game of sales.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
man. All right.
appreciate all the value.
Happy to give it. Well, I'm gonna go eat some food,
All right.
and I'll catch you later.
All right. Catch you later, Ben. Thank you, bro.
See you, bro.